Good morning everyone and welcome to our session on supply chain. In our previous session, we explored the structure of the supply chain and the different environments in which receiving and dispatch take place. Today, we move deeper into how the supply chain actually operates day to day. In this session, I am going to teach you about 3 very important flows that keep every warehouse and every business running. 1. The flow of stock. 2. The flow of information. 3. The flow of finance. I want you to understand clearly that a warehouse does not run on physical stock alone. It runs on goods, records, and money working together. If any one of these is wrong, the entire system fails. By the end of this session, you must confidently explain 1. How stock moves through each warehouse stage. 2. What documents support each activity. 3. How money moves through the business. 4. And why receiving and dispatch accuracy protects profits and customer service. Let us begin with the most visible flow, the movement of stock. I explained that stock flow refers to the physical movement of goods from suppliers into the warehouse and then out to customers or other branches. This is the part of the supply chain that you physically see and handle every day. However, stock does not simply arrive and leave. It moves through a structured process. Each stage has a purpose, and each stage protects the next stage. I now walk you step by step through the complete warehouse process. 1. Receiving. This is the first control point. We count stock, inspect quality, check against purchase orders and delivery notes, and capture information. If we accept incorrect quantities or damaged goods here, the system starts with wrong data. 2. Put away. Goods are placed into correct storage locations. Proper labeling and bin control prevent lost stock and wasted time. 3. Storage. Stock must be protected from damage, theft, contamination, or expiry. Clean and organized storage reduces shrinkage. 1. Picking. Items are selected according to customer orders. Picking mistakes directly cause wrong deliveries and complaints. 2. Packing. Goods are packaged securely to prevent transport damage. Incorrect packaging leads to claims and losses. 3. Dispatch. Final checks are completed. Quantities, documentation, and labels must be correct before stock leaves the warehouse. I emphasize, every stage depends on the previous stage being accurate. If receiving makes a mistake, everyone else suffers later. Now that we understand physical movement, let us talk about something equally important. Information. I explained that information flow is the brain of the supply chain. Even if stock is physically correct, the business cannot function without correct information. Information tells us what to order, where stock is located, what customers need, and what must be dispatched. Every activity we perform creates information. I explained the key documents and their purpose. A. Purchase orders. Instruct suppliers what to deliver. B. Delivery notes. Show what was sent. C. Goods received notes. Confirm what was actually received. D. Inventory records. Show stock levels. E. Picking slips. Guide warehouse staff. F. Delivery notes. Invoices. Confirm what was dispatched and allow billing. G. Reports. Help management plan and make decisions. I explained clearly that if one document is incorrect, all reports become incorrect. For example, if we capture 100 units when only 80 were received, the system shows false stock and management may promise customers items that do not exist. I remind learners, every time you capture or sign information, you are creating official business data. Treat it seriously. The third flow is money. Let me explain how finance moves through the supply chain. I explained that finance flow is the movement of money through the business. Goods move forward from suppliers to customers, but money flows backwards from customers to the company and then to suppliers. I explained step by step. 1. The company purchases stock and pays suppliers 2. Stock is stored and sold 3. Customers pay the company 4. The company uses that money to buy more stock and pay expenses. If stock is lost, damaged, or not recorded, the company still paid for it but cannot sell it. That is direct financial loss. If goods are dispatched but not invoiced, the company never gets paid. That is lost revenue. This shows clearly that receiving and dispatch clerks directly affect company profits. Now let me connect all three flows so you see the bigger picture. Here I slow down and bring everything together. I explain that in real life these three flows never operate separately. They happen simultaneously and depend on each other every minute. I use a simple example. If 200 units arrive, physically we receive 200 stock flow. B, we capture 200 on the system information flow, and C, the supplier is paid for 200 finance flow. All three must match exactly. I explain common scenarios to show risks. Stock correct but information wrong. System errors cause poor planning and over-ordering. Information correct but stock damaged. Customers complain and returns increase. Stock and information correct but invoice missing. Companies loses money. Dispatch errors. Extra transport. Delays and costs. I explain that receiving and dispatch clerks are the control point where all three flows meet. Your counting, checking, and recording directly protect operations, planning, and profits. Management decisions depend on your data. If your data is wrong, decisions will also be wrong. Now let us focus on professional behavior and daily best practices. In this section, I speak very practically. Knowledge alone is not enough. Professional behavior is what makes a reliable clerk. I explain each expectation clearly. 1. Always count carefully. Never guess quantities 2. Always inspect condition. Reject damaged goods 3. Always complete documents clearly and accurately 4. Always update systems immediately 5. Always communicate discrepancies quickly 6. Always follow safety and housekeeping rules. I also explain consequences. Wrong stock complaints. Missing stock financial losses. Wrong paperwork audits. Unsafe work injuries. Professional behavior also includes honesty, responsibility, punctuality, and attention to detail. These build trust and career growth. Let me conclude and summarize today's learning. Today we covered A, the flow of stock, B, the flow of information, C, the flow of finance, D, and how all three depend on receiving and dispatch accuracy. Remember, you are not just moving boxes. You are protecting stock, information, and company money. If you work accurately and professionally, the supply chain runs smoothly. If you are careless, the entire organization suffers. That is the responsibility and importance of your role. Thank you. See you at the next session.